All right, coaches, appreciate you tuning in to my YouTube station. This week I've been going through and talking about offensive line play, just general terms and a very simplified version of what those mean, and maybe some tips on how to run those and teach those. If you want specific information on what we do, I've got a lot of that out. You can go to my website, fbcoachsimpson.com, or you can go to my CoachTube courses where I've got different things working. I'm also working on my offensive line manual, which will have these and other blocks that we teach with key coaching points and different things in it. That will be out here hopefully the end of this month. We'll start taking pre-orders for that. So today we're going to talk about Gap-hinge. What does Gap-hinge mean? So first of all, we need to understand if we're Gap-hinging, more than likely the play is going the other direction. So we tell our linemen, hey, if you're going to perform this kind of block, a Gap-hinge, you can do that when the ball is coming your way, but probably 99.9% of the time, that means that we're trying to run the ball the other direction. So usually that's going to be a backside tackle or tight end involved in the blocking scheme. And so for us, we teach, there's a reason it's phrased that direction, because your number one job is to protect the inside gap. A lot of times that means the guy next to you is leaving. He's pulling or he's doing something else. So you're going to protect the gap. What does that mean? That means if I've got a 4 technique or a 3 technique or whatever's in there, I got to get to that inside threat first. It also means I've got to have my eyes up, because if they stun a linebacker through that gap, I've got to pick him up first. The hinge part should be the easy part of the block. The gap part is the most important part, because I've got to protect inside. So I'm going to work really hard. If I'm on the left here, I'm going to work really hard to slide to the right. I might even give a little bit of ground right there and make sure whatever shows up, I'm sealing it outside. I'm protecting that gap. If nothing shows up, so no one stunts across my face, I don't get a stunner, I don't get a linebacker stunt, then I'm performing the next part of that block, which is hinge. So I'm going to gap, protect in here. If nothing shows up, I'm going to hinge backside. Okay? Usually what that means is if I've stepped down here and nothing showed up, this guy's coming. So now I'm going to hinge and shove him upfield and protect that gap. That's all a gap hinge is. We've run this on a lot of our plays now that RPOs are kind of becoming a thing. People like this type of block because it opens up windows. But the most important thing you teach your linemen on this is we're going to protect the gap first. The hinge part is second. Inside of the hinge, we a lot of times want to invite the guy upfield and take our inside hand on his hip and shove him upfield. We're trying to create a window there. What we don't want is for this defensive lineman to recognize what we're doing and beat us back over our face, where he can come in there and maybe make a tackle. So it's important when you start the hinge part to keep them upfield. That means it's okay to get beat if he thinks he's running upfield, and then we take that hand and shove him on where we want him to go. So that's gap hinge for us. Appreciate you guys checking this one out. I've got a few more coming, cut drill, some double team stuff we do. Again, all of this stuff's going to be in that coaching manual. I've also got other materials on my website. Appreciate you guys' time.